Okay, so we're live again. Just making sure everything is working okay. And all the streams seem to be up. So as normal, for the moment at least, I am streaming on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube and Facebook Gaming. So you can watch on whatever platform you prefer. VoDs, as always, will be available on all of the platforms. For Mixer that's 14 days, for Twitch that's 60 days, for YouTube and Facebook, however, that is indefinitely. So we're back in Pathfinder Kingmaker today. Yep, everything's looking good. Okay, so we're back in Pathfinder Kingmaker. We will be carrying on with the Varnhold slot DLC. This is it's a piece of DLC, but it's actually in the middle of the story between chapters 3 and 4 of the main story. And last week we finished off the City of Hollow Eyes. We made our return to Varnhold, had a few adventures on the way, and now we're doing a bit of politics and investigating some people and a bit of sedition that's going on. So everything seems to be working okay. Let's get onto the main game screen. Bring the sound back. Cool. And all of the streams are still good. Right, so let's load our game. So that should be the one. So there's definitely tension within Varnhold, particularly between Baron Omega Varn and his top advisor and co-founder of the mercenary company the Varnlins host. And that's this chap, which is Cephil Laurentus. And Cephil is not a nice chap at all, but you know, he's an astute politician. There's Magar. This is my character Dartok. I am the general for the barony, and I've currently got a few tasks of cows and matters and other matters of political importance. Varnhold's having a problem with some riots. A single troublemaker from the neighbouring kingdom of Gault is inciting the people, and history tells us that Gaultan citizens can make a revolution out of anything. It's time for the general to begin his investigation. So we know that this instigator is hiding somewhere in the area, but how can they be rooted out? The embers of revolt must be tamped down before they rise in a blaze. Any evidence would be most useful, and the suggestion is to talk to the tavern keeper who first informs you about the brewing riot. In addition, on our way back from the City of Hollow Eyes, we came across this gentleman, Willis Gunderson. He had a very interesting bracelet on, which the Baron now has. Not magical, but we're not sure really of the history of it. He also, Willis, actually performs the role of chronicler for the DLC, much like Lindsay does in the main story. So we need to find out a bit more about him, really. So without further ado, we will make a start. So this is Varnhold. There's the tavern. So what we basically want to do is find Willis and probably have a word with him first. Him being the side quest. And then worry about the main quest. But we are carrying, we're carrying a load of weapons and such like that we picked up in the City of Hollow Eyes and on our way back, which we also need to sell.
forwards.
Just occurs to me I may not have looked here. Okay. So my character Dartot is a lawful good dwarven cleric, and the god they worship is one of heroes and justice and such like. So very much the good guy. And Ignash. Right. Ah. I'm looking for a troublemaker who's been stirring the people to riot. Have you seen her? Okay, so this is the main story. I saw her, yes I did. She picked my pockets clean, but it's alright. A pocket is not a belly. If they cut it, you can stitch it up and fill it again. But the things she stole won't be good for her. No, they won't. She's invited trouble upon herself, silly girl. Interesting. Right, show me your wares. Here, look, everything is real. Plenty of magic, but no tricks. Okay. I mean, it does have some nice items. It would be well to find Ignash. Okay, I've obviously completed a part. Hiya, Raz. Welcome back to the stream. I've obviously just gone and completed part of the quest there that hadn't been flagged up to me yet. Right, let's hit offer first. That will get all of the trinkets on the table. Just emptying my inventory while also beginning my investigations. There's a lot of stuff we took off people. Got sword +1. You can get a tidy penny for that. Good on them. Armour. Yeah, we've got no use for that. Or that. Or that. Right. Got a couple of rings of protection +1, which we don't need. Local resistance +1, which we don't need. Those I can all... I'm doing fine, Raz. I'm feeling a lot better from the cold I had earlier this week. So I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well. Potion of Feather Step might be useful. What we got? Diamond dust. Need that. Yeah, okay. That would seem to be everything, so... Be right back. No problem, Raz. Just... Okay, cool. Going to Mixer. It's going to YouTube. Of course it can't send to Facebook. Okay. So, that's that bit done. So, has the quest updated anymore? What's the Tavern Keeper? Okay, this would have been...
Without a doubt.
Right. Let's see if Willis is in the tavern. Zombie Chester? Oh, there is Willis. Okay, what's that? Valor and Honor, 10 adventures of the splendid Willis Gunderson in Absalom. Okay, so... I see. So... he's managed to write 1,500 words. 1,500 pages, sorry, not 1,500 words, about himself. Basically, yes, it's most assuredly courting or sleeping with someone he wasn't supposed to be sleeping with. We'll have that. Right, let's see what this Willis guy's all about. Dressed in clean clothes, shiny boots and in full accessory, Willis Gunderson looks even more jovial than he did when you met him on the road. Oh, there you are, my lord. What a pleasure it is to see you again. So... tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm quite a boring person, believe me. Willis Tones makes it clear that he's joking. Boredom has led me to learn a dozen ancient languages, decipher a trove of ancient manuscripts and chronicles, and riddle out the locations they mention, and the relics hidden there. Useful chat. In between these rather boring tasks, I've written a few brilliant novels and a dozen poems. Indeed, I had to flee to this backwater from my admirers and fans. I do hope no one here knows the name of Willis Gunderson, or we shall have to flee again. Fame, I'm afraid, is the most boring thing in the world. Really? So what brings a scientist, traveller and researcher of antiquities to our savage lands? I was led here by some information I discovered while translating the writings on an ancient stone panel. Willis's eyes burned with excitement. It was a heavy granite slab the size of a door, but a mere pocket notebook for the ones who made their marks on it. Ancient Cyclopses. It was they who wrote those inscriptions on the slab. Ancient Cyclopses, unlike today's poor savages, were darkly clever. They maintained their brilliant civilization through dreadful magic. And what was written on this slab? Yeah, nothing terribly significant. It describes Cyclops settlements across the Tors of Levines and mentions that incredible magic treasures have been stored here in the past, but that was thousands of years ago. There's scarce a chance that anything remains today. Even that bracelet I found was hardly anything more than a valuable knick-knack. But even if I don't find any real artifacts, I will continue my search in the name of science. I see. So you're going to write a book about us? Oh, we are well beyond that. I've already started. Your comrades from the Varnhold host already gave me all the background I would need to flesh out the first few chapters. I'm still thinking of a title, but the chapter about your encounter with centaurs near the city of Hollow Eyes will be called Ripples on the Water. Poetic, relevant to the location, and it foreshadows mysterious events to come. Okay. I've heard that Jubilus Narfopple was visiting your western neighbours. I don't know anyone who still attends his lectures or reads his articles. The obnoxious gnome can never manage to do so without making sarcastic jokes at the expense of his own audience. But never mind. How unfair would it be if a well-known publicist showed interest in one newborn baronry while leaving its neighbour, our sweet and slightly wild Varnhold, out in the cold? Do you see now how lucky you are that Willis Gunderson himself has paid Varnhold a visit? And what kind of character will I be in your book? You will be the assistant to the main character Baron Varn, but don't despair. Usually supporting characters are loved all the more, and they get into all sorts of fun that a main character simply couldn't be forgiven for. You know what, Dartok, I think you will make the most charming character in the book, and after its smashing success they will be begging me for more. Perhaps I'll make you the main character in the series. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Willis, how about with... Have you seen the Golden Troublemaker? The one who started the uprising in the city? Indeed I have. I was just telling my friends here about that touching sign of friendship and affection that Baron Varn showed to me when these troublemakers came in with their silly talk. I had to spend a few minutes explaining to the lady how ridiculous her messages are and how disgusting it is how she expresses them. That told her, so then the troublemaker ran out of the tavern. She's not going to risk crossing paths with me again. I suspect she's on her way back to Gold. Willis toys with a strand of his hair and smiles cheekily. So how about we discuss antiquities and relics in a more private setting? There are quiet rooms upstairs. General scientific discussions are my weakness. You probably meant a conversation about antiquities or a conversation about antiquities. I think you misunderstood me. Yeah, obviously he's a potential love interest. But no. Thank you for the conversation. I have to go. Right. Goodbye, my lord. We cross that task off our list. So cool. We found out more about Willis. So now we need to talk to the tavern keeper. Or tavern keepers. So we'll start with you. General, what will you have? I've had a report that a troublemaker from Gault was seen here. Yes, that scumbag. We've seen a lot like her. She wandered in here talking about tyranny and justice when really she was just looking for something to steal. She came in with a small group. I think they were from a farm that's near the town. They sat here for a long time saying things that made me sick to hear. Karida. First they were talking about Ignash the sorcerer, saying he was a bloodsucker, tricking the simple people. Then they talked about how to get into the armory to get some weapons. They decided they couldn't manage it, too many guards. But then they remembered there would be pitchforks and scythes in the barn. Welcome back, Raz. In the end they started talking to people, trying to stir them up for a riot, but nobody would listen. I showed them to the door and sent word to the treasurer right away. I don't know where they went. I think they said something about fishermen on the river. Do something with her for Desna's sake. Kick her so hard she rolls back to gold. Otherwise she'll wind up some fools and they'll burn down the whole town. We'll talk to the people, but you best go find out where she is and what she's doing. Right. Come back anytime. Okay. So. We've done that. Right. The writers supposedly intended to arm themselves with scythes and pitchforks from the big cannery, and the fishermen on the river might know more. Okay, so let's just try talking to a few of these folks. Right, zombie jester. I'm fine, thank you, Raz. I hope you're well as well. The bard stands before you looking rather bizarre. He clearly inherited his waistcoat, which was once expensive but is now worn and tattered, covered in motley patches and embroidered with skulls. The musician's face is covered with white powder and his eyes and cheekbones accented with black. So long as my song is not getting old, I will sing of the full, humble but bold. You there, General, a coin for the minstrel? Who are you? A raucous rascal of no small fame, the zombie jester is my name. What are you singing about? Of horrors and miracles, of demons and the dead, I'll sing you to sleep when you're at your bed. Here in the stolen lands there are horrors everywhere, enough for a new song every day. I've been to the Shrike Hills and returned with a dozen new songs to the insane stag lord, of evil fairy pranks and trollish feasts, werewolves and lake dragons and spider dances, and now I'm here to write one about a cyclops. Now I'm writing a new song. It's about an inn where today's travellers are fed meat carved from yesterday's travellers. By the way, it's not just a tale, it's the truth. I've been there, tasted the human meat pies myself and barely escaped with my skin. Where did you find an inn like this? At Blackstone's Ford. If you don't believe me, go there yourself and look what they have in their pots. Okay, you don't look like a zombie. For now it seems I'm still alive. Okay. I like the zombie jester. Here, have 5 gold coins. Oh, okay. A special dish. Wandering bard on his way through Varnhold said the owners of a secluded inn at Blackstone's Ford are killing their guests and feeding the remains to the other guests. The talents of this versemonger are questionable at best, but his story may deserve the attention of the defenders of Varnhold and their baron. The baron must decide whether such tall tales are to be paid any heed. Interesting. Okay, it's just... all continues to be well? Yeah. Yeah. So, we're done in here. Right. So maybe the treasurer knows a little bit more.
I will guide us.
Okay. I have to go. Right. So, fishermen. Our next notes are the writers supposedly intended to arm themselves, and fishermen on the river might know. Right, fishermen. Ooh, what's this? That wasn't there before. Dawn with the Tyrant. Okay, so we've got that. There were fishermen here before I talked to them. Up the revelation. Spelling is obviously their strong suit. Right. Yeah, no, we won't be taking bricks from the Cyclops tombs. Let's leave those tombs alone.
Our path leads on.
Okay, so interestingly, there's no exit to the world map on this map at the moment, which means that whatever we're looking for must be here.
Without a doubt.
That maybe looks barn-like. Oh. Right. Well, there's still a few buildings. That could be a barn, of course. All the tombs around the town make me feel uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right to be. Aha! Ooh, a guard. The guard has been knocked senseless, but she's alright. Okay, so... None of the general's leads have yet uncovered the troublemaker, but maybe the Tavernobers were able to discover something. They took the pitchfork, scythes and flails from the barn, anything that could be used as a weapon. Right. I'm just leaving the poor guard there. And I'm a cleric. Surely I should be able to render some aid. Right. Let's see. So you also have to remember that within this DLC itself, it's much more. It's still quite open-ended in places, but it does railroad you a bit more to tell the story it's got to tell. I looked around but haven't found the troublemaker yet. Do you have any news? She never appeared in the tavern again, but people are saying... You hear voices and the clanking of iron from outside. It looks like a mob has gathered near the tavern. You hear the familiar voices of your guards, and another voice ringing out yelling sharp slogans about tyranny. As Freely turns pale and reaches for the crossbow she keeps hidden under the counter. It looks like you won't have to go looking for her after all. Come on, General, let's give it to these scoundrels. Right. Face the flames. Situation is growing heated. Barnes guards, their weapons drawn, stand opposite a group of settlers who are yelling revolutionary slogans. You see some of the local fishermen among them. There's a half-orc woman in the front row, wearing a bright cape and shaking her weapon. She's obviously not from around here. Leonto Michaud. Down with tyranny. We will not be treated like cattle. You can't enslave us. Guard, calm down now. Noticing you guard sighs with relief. Here's Dartok, the General of His Grace Varn. I'm sure he'll deal with the problem so we can all go home peacefully. Let's see. Address the settlers. What's the problem here? Okay, so Leonto responds. Their problem is the autocracy of the tyrant. Those are just generalities. What happened here exactly? Kings, barons, earls, ordinary people are like cattle to nobility. We will not allow this new state to become yet another prison for the people who have grown under the yoke of tyranny. We demand that Maegor Varn relinquish his power, proclaims these lands a People's Republic, and gather a constituents' assembly. Okay. So I can point out the wand of invisibility that she's carrying. Knowledge, well, there's been a constant carnage ever since the revolution in gold. Every day someone gets sent to the chopping block. Do you really want the same fate for Varnhold? Or I see many of you wearing Abaddon's keys. Is the god of civilization approve of such uncivilized methods for solving problems? So, we had to pass a perception check to get this. Knowledge world and knowledge religion. Okay, let's start with this option. So we succeed. A wand of invisibility. This is one of the peasants. Old Ignash the sorcerer had one just like that. Now then, let me see it. Citizen, don't listen to the tyrant's henchmen. Don't give up. Fight for your rights. Don't you see, so long as the sovereign rules over you, no one will care about your suffering. Okay. Yowza. Down with the baron, the time of the people has come. Bluff. Failed, no surprise. Oh yes, the henchmen of dictators see evil everywhere because evil is all they know. But we're not like them. Okay. Inspired by the revolutionary speech, the settlers draw their weapons and move towards the guards. The latter raise their weapon and grit their teeth. A bloodbath seems inevitable. You notice the revolutionary take a magic wand from her belt. She's about to cast a spell. Knock the wand out of her hands, grab her hands, signal to the guards not to attack. I can't succeed at these checks, so we'll signal to the guards not to attack. Keep back, we can still avoid bloodshed. The revolutionary casts an invisibility spell with her wand and vanishes right in front of everyone. Well, she had the wand, she just drank a potion, but there we go. Baffled, the settlers stare into empty space as she was just a moment ago. Rage fills their favours. What is this? She brought us here, set the soldiers on us and disappears. The golden snake. Pleasant, let's go everyone before the Baron's guards cut us to pieces. I guess there's no luck for us in Varnhold. We'll have to settle somewhere else. Maybe things will be better in the Shrike Hills. Fishermen exchange apprehensive looks. Well, you know, we go too. Alright, we have some silly things written on the walls. We'll wash them off right away. Okay, I'm not entirely sure everything that has happened there. But we managed to defuse the situation without having to kill a load of people. The ride is over and the Baron now awaits his loyal general's report. Well, at least we didn't kill a load of people. You got anything to say about this, Ignash? No, you don't. And what about the tavern keepers out of interest? Thank you for dealing with that wretch. She's right, I was stuck dumb with fear when I heard the screams outside. It was just like when they trashed our tavern in Golds. Oh. Oh well, I find... Yeah, you do that. Okay.
We march ahead.
Let's go report back to the Baron. Right, we'll start off with the trouble. How did you handle those troublemakers on top of everything else? An uprising is just what we need. So the troublemaker walks free and the people who suffered her tricks have left Varnhold so they won't be warning their fellows. This is bad, it means another riot, it's just a matter of time. Well, we all make mistakes. The next time she shows up, try not to let her escape. Something else has come up. We need to discuss the new trainees. Recruitment needs to be... What's that noise? Who's making trouble? Ooh. Okay, so Willis has just run in. Your Grace, your hour has come. That didn't sound quite right. I mean, it's your time to shine. Show off a bit even. Your subjects require your protection. Will you refuse the pitiable creatures a heroic feat? What is going on? Svetislava? Okay, you're the pitiable creature. Now stop fussing and be quiet. I will explain everything myself. A woman wearing simple peasant clothes steps forward, pushing guns to the side. Your Grace, my name is Svetislava. I am from the village of Old Stump. We lived here a long time and always minded our own business. But since you started to rule here, we became, as it turns out, your subjects. Well, we paid our taxes on time and brought you grain and meat. But now woe has come upon us, so it's your turn to prove that you're good for more than collecting tactics. Fair enough. Megavan, I honour my duties to my subjects. What has happened? Willis speaks up. Do you remember, Your Grace, that unforgettable day of our first acquaintance when we met those terrible but in a way quite amazing creatures? This is like, why do you keep butting in, you rattlebox? You keep quiet. I'm not done. I can talk. So, Your Grace, woe has come upon us. Dead cyclopses have risen from their graves and are moving slowly towards our village. If you don't help us, they will gobble all of us up in no time. Okay. So this must be me talking maybe. Willis, you seem nervous. What is it? Well, how do I put this? I think to a certain extent, I may be partially responsible for what's going on. Oh, Willis. Metaphorically speaking, because I was the first to be attacked by the Cyclopses, you know. What if I'm the one who brought them here? It's unlikely, I know, unless they are here to reclaim that bracelet. Haha, but calm down. The Cyclopses are our problem and we're going to solve it. I will lead a party personally. Dartok, choose the best of the Varnhold host. We march at once. The others will remain here ready for battle in case the Cyclopses come here too. Okay. Safal. Zombie Cyclopses. I'd say it's unheard of, but as this young man pointed out, we've already met them once. And that means we might meet them again. If we're to protect the barony, we'll need to find out more about them. I will go with you. We must try to discover where they came from and what we can do to stop them. Svetislava. Thank you, Your Grace. There's another problem, though. The village woman lowers her voice. These zombie Cyclopses, they have the power to control a person's mind. When the monsters came, some of our people became insane. They began to worship them. We must do something about these lunatics or they will kill us all themselves. Wow. Thank you for the warning. We'll do whatever it takes to help your village. Dartok, Sefal, are you ready? We march at once. Cool. Right. Check everything. looks good. Okay. Accept. Everyone's got to level up.
For many centuries, the dead Cyclops have slept peacefully in their graves. Oh, why did they have to wake up now when we showed up?
Looks like an act of magical sabotage to me. And guess who the prime suspect is? Our dear western neighbor. Now that our wastelands have been turned into farmlands, Dunswan has become a tasty pie, and everyone wants a piece.
Aren't you hungry yet? Let's stop and eat something.
Okay. Make sure we have stuff assigned. Yeah, because I'm pretty much useless at anything to do with the camping. Okay, this is where we're going then. And so the neighbour to the west is my baronry in the Shrike Hills. Right, so the game is saved. We need to level everyone up. So we're going to keep this nice and simple. Basically everyone can stay the classes that they are now. Right. So, selective channel. Yes, absolutely selective channel. So otherwise when I do the healing aura, if I don't have selective channel, I can heal the enemies as well. Which is no good. So you can stay as a rogue. In terms of your skills, stick with ones you already have. Point blank shot. Yeah, but you're a melee. So precise strike requires you to have that feat with someone else. Which is an outflank. Right. I would say Dexterity 13, outflank. Let's go with precise strike. You, sir, can stay a wizard. And again, we'll just focus on the skills you already have. Now, feats. Shielded caster. That requires someone else to have the feat, which we can't rely on. Oh, there was an allied spellcaster though, wasn't there? With the aid of an ally, you're skilled at piercing the protections of other creatures. Run some concentration checks and checks though. Yeah. Greater spell focus. Ah, combat casting. That would be useful. Hi, Subsonic. Good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're well. Yeah, combat casting. Oh, now we also need to select some spells. Yowza, this is annoying. Because of course you won't get the spells. So... definitely summon Monster 4. Dimension Door. That could also be really useful. Okay. A level of Cleric. Again, we'll just drop the points in the existing skills. We will... yeah, selective channeling again. We need to get that in place. Right, a level of Ranger. One of our melee fighters, so... Precise Strike for preference. There we go. And our Monk. Another level of Monk. Again, we'll keep the skills simple. Actually, go with the ability there. And again, Precise Strike. You're watching on the iPad? Oh, cool. Tablets. I hope the experience is good. Right. So... what we got? Okay. Who are you? A middle-aged man is hastily packing his wares into his cart. His rugged face and sun-bleached hair show him to be an experienced traveller. He notices you and nods but continues his work. You choose a bad time to visit this place. I'm getting myself out of here and I suggest you do the same. Magar. Still here kind of looking. That's fine, Raz. You can lurk away by all means. I know there's gloom in the air. That's why we're here. To whom do I have the honour of speaking? I am Ewan, a merchant of Brevoy. I thought I'd seek fortune in the new boundaries, but so far I've met only danger and loss. Trials roam the Shrike Hills and the situation here is even worse. Okay, so that dates this to being in chapter 2 of the main story. Drelef seems to have disappeared. Of course, the Sword Lords can decide where the borders get drawn here and who gets to claim which title, but so far these rulers of the Stolen Lands haven't much tamed their claims. Drelef seems to have disappeared. Interesting. Does that mean the third barony has already been done in? Okay. Megabarn, a fair approach. Let me introduce myself. Megabarn, Baron of these lands. I've been called here to help, specifically to dispose of those monsters that are travelling you. Orn, you're the Baron? Oh, me and my big mouth. All your grace, blessings on you and your subjects. I shall hurry home and never set foot in the Stolen Lands again. Sefar. Oh, come on now. Don't be so dramatic. Monsters are a regular problem in such wild lands, but we've everything well in hand. Believe me, it wouldn't be in your interest to give up on the market now. Though this very moment isn't the best time for negotiations. But if you visit us in the capital, we will be happy to discuss the potential benefits of trade here, and what sorts of benefits we both enjoy. But that will have to wait for another time. Oh no, I thank you very kindly, but I will try my luck somewhere far from the Stolen Lands. This place is... The merchant waves his hands in the air vaguely. Not good, like it's cursed or something. Very well, goodbye then. Personally, I'm no mood for trade. Dartok Sefal, if you need anything, go ahead and buy it, but be quick. There's a battle in the air. We have to go. Right. What we got here? Apostates. Cultists? Apostates? What's this? Cultist Brawler. Okay. Right, here we go. Village square is noisy and filled with people. A group of villagers in black robes led by an old tiefling is advancing on a group of others wearing simple peasant clothes. Both groups are armed and it looks like they're about to put their weapons to use. Bratislava, you see your grace, they've donned the black robes, their minds are under the sway of the Cyclopses. Please do something before anyone else gets hurt. Vega reaches for his blade. I have no wish to cross steel with my subjects, but if their minds have been stolen by monsters, it is our duty to protect the innocent. Are you ready? I passed a perception check. Where did they get the black robes? Did they make them under direction by the Cyclopses? Something seems wrong here. I agree. Now diplomacy. Magar, why should we interfere? We came to battle Cyclopses. The infected villages are none of our concern. Or Magar, I know you don't want to, but we best clear the whole village just in case. That means kill everybody. We don't want to do that. It's beneath our attention. Yeah, we'll go with this perception. Safal, I think you're onto something. They don't appear to be insane. Not very smart either, of course, but I see no mark of obsession. I suspect the Cyclopses have nothing to do with this, and our guest just wants to trick us into solving some local political problems in his favour. And I might add, he's doing it rather poorly. And I cannot stand bad liars. Magar, before we start swinging our swords around, it would be wise to hear the people out. Interesting. Zordesh, you godless wretches, you ungrateful pigs. For how many ages have your ancestors enjoyed the gifts of our master, one generation after another? How could you have renounced his faith? What a pity. People are not happy. Apostates. But what did the master send our ancestors? Harvest, good weather, healthy children, and now what does he send? Dead Cyclopses. What will he send us next? Rocks hurtling down from the sky? No, you can pray to such a god all you want, but we found another god. Ooh. What is going on? Whoa. Okay, that's making a statement. The villager is interrupted by a deafening clap of thunder as a bolt of lightning cracks down and scorches the huge tree in the middle of the village. Zordash, there, you see an answer to your blasphemy. I speak the truth. If you renounce the master, no other god can protect you. You are forever in his hands in life and after death. Repent and return to your true faith. Isn't it madness to come choose punishment instead of gifts? What is going on? Okay. Megabarn, what in the hell is going on here? I am Megabarn, the Baron of these lands and your sovereign. I came to help you deal with the Cyclopses, but it looks like something else is going on here. I demand an explanation. Oh, your grace, what an honour it is for you to visit our humble village. I am Zordesh, the headman of this village. In fact, we do have a little problem with Cyclopses, but it's nothing to trouble yourself over. Everything is already under control. Bratislava, under control? Far from it. Your grace, you must save us. This maniac venerates Charon, the horseman of death. Ooh. He wants to feed us to the Cyclopses. Forgive me for lying earlier. I was afraid you would punish all of us, but I'm not lying now. He's a cultist, a real cultist. Okay, so Daemon worshippers. Disgusting. Magar, order them all killed. They pay their taxes and don't riot. Why do we care who they pray to? Or why were you afraid that Magar would punish everyone? You're not all cultists here, are you? Or I knew there was something wrong with this village. Let's kill the whole lot of them, robes or not. So obviously there is something going on and we want to get to the bottom of it. So I don't think we start killing anyone yet. Why were you afraid that Magar would punish everyone? You're not all cultists here, are you? Bratislava, well, not everyone of course, just him, the damn headman and his henchmen. Weaving another web of lies, Bratislava? Your grace, would you care to hear the truth now? The tiefling lowers his head. I will not lie to you. We are the children of the Horseman of Death. Our villagers worshipped him for hundreds of years, but we're not a secret cult. Everyone you see here, as well as their fathers, grandfathers and great-grandfathers, and even the lying wretch who led you here. On the last new moon, she stood alongside us in prayer. This is our faith. We would pray to him and he would help us survive in this dangerous land. But now, as it was foretold, the Cyclopes have risen from their graves. His servants of old bring good news. But what did these faithless wretches do? They turned their weapons against his heralds and even against their own neighbours. The Master has given us his sign. He wishes to reward us with his gifts, but they grew frightened and renounced their faith. Sounds like he wants the Cyclopes to kill everyone. So I kind of get why they're kind of objecting to this. Zordesh, your grace, we are no villains and bear no hatred or grudge. We only worship an ancient and wise deity who has kept us safe here for ages. Yeah, great. Please help me put down this uprising and you two will partake of his gifts. Fear not the Cyclopes, their appearance is a sign from the Master. They are only a danger to those infirm of faith. I don't agree with this. No. This is not good. Eslava, don't listen to him. He wants to feed you to the Cyclopes too. I beg you, spare us from this cult. We will worship Erastil or Abadar or whatever you command, but I beg you, save us from this madness. Megavar, I understand why this woman lied to us, and I have no wish to punish her or any who have renounced Shara. As for the cultists who have remained faithful to the Horseman, I am leaning towards destroying the cult and helping the peaceful villagers find another faith. When there are zombie Cyclopes lurking about, the followers of such a deity cast black shadows. Sephar. On the other hand, they can prove most useful in this situation. Think, Megar, think. If anyone could help us get to the bottom of the Cyclops problem, it's the people who have served their patron for generations. We shall quash this uprising and then find out what the headman knows. Yeah. I don't want to make deals with these cultists, but there's a whiff of sense in your words. Dartar, what do you say? So, why should we trust the Daemon Worshipper? Lara, are you prepared to renounce your ancestors' faith so easily? I agree with Megar. Let's slaughter the cultists and leave the apostates be. I agree with Safal. Let's quash the uprising and gain the allegiance of their headman. We're not going with that one. Even though it would probably tell us more about what was going on with the Cyclopes. I'm a lawful good cleric. I ain't doing it. Diplomacy. Cultists slay rebels. You can't believe anyone in this rotten village. Let's slaughter the lot of them. Which requires a diplomacy check to get Magar to agree to it. Let's ask some questions first. So, should we trust the Daemon Worshipper? Of course, Daemons are not like devils who always stick to the letter of the contract, but neither are they like demons who would harm themselves just to spite the others. Among all the infernal powers, Daemons are essentially the most humane. Just like regular people, they primarily care about their own interests. With proper care, they can be dealt with. Zordash. Thank you, Master, that's just so. You must have imagined that there were any ritual atrocities going on in the village. We've had no human sacrifices here or anything of the sort. No one has been fed to the Cyclopes. We are a peaceful people, just like in villages where more common deities are worshipped. Betislava, are you prepared to renounce your ancestors' faith so easily? Faith is one thing, life is another. We pray to him like everyone else. It's not like we would stand against the entire village, but the prophecies, no one read them except the priests. Who would have thought that he would truly raise these monsters? Why good is a god who unleashes the undead upon us? Right, well, I mean, if anyone in chat has any suggestions, but I'm inclined to slaughter the cultists and be a lawful good cleric, even though that might actually lead to us losing out on a chance to find out some useful information. Yes. Ooh, so just Fluffy Freak. Just always trust a demon worshipper. A demon worshipper, I say. I see, Fluffy Freak. Yes. I'm not sure I should. I'm not persuaded. Right, I agree with Magar. Let's slaughter the cultists and leave the apostates be. As usual, no one listens to Ultrafowl, and then everyone wonders why everything turns to chaos. To arms! You are mad. You've no idea the power you dare to raise your weapons against. Faithful, cover my retreat. I must protect the shrine. Oh no! Okay, well that's caused chaos. Oh dear. Told you so.
Stand with me.
Well, this is going to be a mess.
A perfect strike.
Right. So let's have you throw out a healing. Everyone on these guys. Right. This is going to get messy. That won't last long. Cool.
On your knees!
Right. Oh boy. That was a mess. Whispers of the past. So. It was Sharon jeopardizing the peace of Varnhold. So. Okay. Ooh. Masterwork Great Axe. We've got some potions. Composite short bow, that's quite nice. Masterwork daggers. Oh, we got some loots. The fight wasn't as bad as I feared it would be. The Masterwork longsword. Okay, fair bit of loot actually. Right. Aha.
Attack!
think we could do with another heal, so let's get you a little closer. Safal. Lightning Bolt isn't the spell for this. Let's go with some magic missiles. Yeah, you need to kind of get closer. And another heal. Okay. Red zombie cyclopses with their Masterworks Great Axe. Is this a particular bundle on Steam or other store, by the way? Okay, so this is the base game Pathfinder Kingmaker and then the Varnhold slot DLC. I'm not sure if that's being offered as a bundle. I got the base game before the DLC came out, but if there is a bundle there's been 3 DLCs. I've got 2 of them. The first 2. The latest one, which is a kind of an endless dungeon which you can do at the end. Or it is sort of separate from the main story. Of the DLCs, the first one basically added a small location into the game, added a new class, so it was actually quite good. This one is Varnhold's Lot, and that's quite big. But yeah, I think you'd probably have to buy them separately, but I could be wrong about that. Oh, we lost the merchant. So we'll loot his body. Well, that was all a mess. Right. Festus Lava got stabbed by the cultists. Maybe there's another Cyclops somewhere. Such carnage, and for what? Yeah, the place has basically been wiped out. Oh, the priest ran off, didn't he? He went the other way. He mentioned a shrine. Wild cards, Varnhold's Lot, and Beneath the Stolen Land appears to be the cheapest bundle of Steam at £23. There's another for £70.79, but only seems to have a couple more. Okay. Just save here. There we go. It's breaking the roof. Wow. Right. Safal, if you could fire that off. Let's get a heal from you. Right, we're going to need a bit more serious healing on that one. Looks like our monk has got the aggro. Monsters everywhere, run for your lives! Yes, there does seem to be a bit of a monster problem. Okay.
Without a doubt.
Got here then. Oh no. there anything here maybe? Nope, just a house. Okay. The 7079 one, Fluffy Freak, is that the base game with the expansions? Or is the £23 one everything? Because if this game with those 3 expansions is 23 quid, that's a steal. Given that I'm only about halfway through and I've got 100 hours of play in the game already. Right, so... oh, there's a loot over here, is there? I've missed something. It's slightly confusing. I think you need the base game too. Yeah, it sounds like it, because Wildcards, Varnhold's Lot and Beneath the Stolen Lands are the 3 DLCs that you paid for. The more expensive option could well be something like a collector's edition with artwork, music, whatever they decided to throw in. But it doesn't sound to me like the £23 one actually includes the base game. Right, sorry, I'll be right back, just gonna nip to the toilet, so I shall see folks again in a moment. Okay. Checking the bundle, it's the enhanced edition plus DLC plus art book. Okay. Yeah, because I've got the base game, Varnhold's Lot, and the wild cards. Beneath the Stolen Lands, because of the nature of it, it's basically a separate piece of DLC, completely separate from the main game. Take or leave that. However, it is something I will look at some point. But Varnhold's Lot and the wild cards I would recommend. Right, let's see what's along here. Because I think this might be the way that the priest went. Yep, it would appear so. Right, Cephal. We do not want that person doing stuff. We've summoned a direwolf. That shouldn't be a problem.
You shall pay.
Right. Oh no. You lot.
Believe in
And
yourselves.
Mega. And me on the direwolf.
This will leave a mark.
Cool. Oh, that went quite well. Like crossbow and a ring of protection +1. See what we got here. Meanwhile, should. Right, we've got hand axe, masterwork longsword. That's nice. Right. Let's make our way up. Everyone, initially target that alchemist. Yeah, those bombs can get nasty. Right, let's loot the bodies. Ooh, masterwork longsword. Some nice bits. Okay, let's just see. Oh, the stag's not doing quite so well. So maybe a cure moderates on the stag. Oh, sorry. Oh. My apologies. That should do the job. Right. See what these people are about. They barely survived. Okay. So we must have to continue on down the path. Yep. Oh wow. Kratos, how could you forsake your god? This is just not good. What are you doing? We're neighbours, we don't need to fight. You are apostates, blasphemers, return to the true faith or die. Well, oh, wait a sec. No, nothing worth looting.
I will guide us.
Yeah. Yikes. Made a mistake there. Should have taken the brawler first. Right. Here you're. Help him on his feet. That'll do. Well, this is not going well. The whole thing is a mess. There's no way I can just allow the cult to continue. Oh, what do we got here?
No quarter.
Right. Let us. Now he wants a foul. Okay. Do you have any channels left? No? I do. So bring Safal here. I feel sorry for those hard-working cultists. They did have their shit together. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I mean, they kept things ordered and all of that, but, you know, an awful good cleric, mate. Gotta be a goody two-shoes, I'm afraid. I mean, with Safal and Magar, you can definitely play this as both a good and a lawful evil. Ooh. Okay. Fanatics made this insane cult be cursed. To the cultist shrine. Go on then. There's a ton of stuff. So just a quick scroll down. Right. And let's go have a look. Okay, so save.
To battle and victory!
Zordash, Brawler. Right, Safar. I want you to cast that on them. Don't have a prayer. Let's get a blesser. Nice. Right. It's a foul over there, please. Okay, if you could lightning bolt that one. Well, that's just annoying. Right, I need to start pumping out those channels. we've got Zordash. So let's last of these. Let's move these up. And continue battering Zordash. Right, Gecko. We are going to need a heal on Mega. And I am going to need to drop a heal on him.
I will not die this easy.
Okay, Zordash, to perish at the hand of the unfaithful, now that the prophecy has come to pass and the divine gift is closer than ever, why am I found unworthy? Was it all in vain? No, not in vain. Sir Farewell draws a sacred symbol of Asmodeus from under his cloak, an upside-down pentagram. Your god is weak. Mortals have long forgotten him. In the name of Asmodeus, the Dark Prince, I command you, tell us now what is this gift and where we can find it. I shall take it by the right of strength. Speak, or you shall know all the suffering of hell before your miserable soul parts from your body. Wow. Servant of the Dark Prince, your lord will not rule forever. The horseman is strong, and the horseman of death is strongest of all. The day has come when hell will be but dust under the hooves of the pale horse, but you can have it your way from now. I will tell you of the Master's gift. Okay. In ancient times, before the Earthfall, a great Cyclopes' empire ruled these lands, but they were unworthy of the power granted them by the Master. Their emperor took his gift to his grave and guards it there, still in the depths of his tomb. Now the emperor is awakened and his Cyclopes have risen. It is time to open his doom. Go down there and accept the god's gift from his cold fingers. Go down to the tomb, and stay there forever. Enter the deadly embrace of a corpse. Mega, oh, I'm dying of fear. Dartok, what say you? Where is the tomb? What prevented you from getting this gift earlier? What is this gift? A sacred artifact of incredible power. The one who accepts it will build such an empire, all the glories of the past will pale. Ooh, where is the tomb? The south of here, it's guarded by centaurs, pathetic creatures always warring with us. They worship Desna, a powerful, powerless goddess gone insane. They believe she ordered them to guard the Cyclopes' ruins from us. That is their sacred mission. It's ridiculous. The tomb's threshold has been revealed. And what prevented you from getting this gift earlier? The Master would be angry if we reached out for his gift before the time was right. Even if we reached the tomb, its doors would be closed to us. The staff is the key. It has slumbered for ages, but now the tiefling shows you his staff crowned with a metal skull. A greenish flame dances in a single eye socket. The dead eye is open, the dead fingers move, the gift awaits the worthy. Ooh. It is a pity that you will descend instead of the worthy, but the Master is not merciful. He will see that you pay for your blasphemy. Now you know all. May the horseman curse your souls. With a swift motion, the tiefling pulls out a dagger and slashes his own throat and abruptly falls to the ground covered in blood. Oh my, Sir Farewell, that was some speech, but do you really think the Dark Prince would hand you of all people an ancient artifact of the Horseman of the Apocalypse? My friend, to be frank, I hold no stock in ancient artifacts of boundless power. All that ground rubbish sounded more like the speech of a market trickster trying to sell snake oil to the village simpleton. I'm merely good at making deals, even with insane fanatics when the need arises, though I suppose legends don't spring clear out of the blue. Sir Farewell has the cultist staff. Whatever secret this tomb holds, it may prove useful. In any case, the tomb is worth checking out, and for now it's our only lead in solving the dead Cyclopes' problem. Let's go. We have unfinished business. As you say, but don't be long, the dead Cyclopes won't be standing idle. Wonderful.
Please get to the point.
We've got to reach the entrance to the ancient tomb. What? This is a bad idea. Don't go into the tomb. A magical dagger, +1. A helmet, fast intelligence +4. Amulet of natural armor +2. And a ring of protection +2. Cool. Let's loot the rest. There's all sorts going on here. Masterwork longsword. I just think they're making a terrible mistake by messing with this. But unfortunately, what this story does is it has to set up the events of chapter 4 of the main story, which means certain things are going to have to happen. Although I do have a degree of control over it. Ultimately, certain things will happen. Sec. We need some healing sorted.
I will see this through.
Right.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Together we stand.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
I stand ready.
Magritium Turinos.
Okay. So only a little bit down. Hopefully that will cover it. Cool. So what's the time? So a ring of protection +2. I've got 27 armor class. Mega's got 21. Really got to keep Mega alive. Identifying classes. I don't really want to give Safar anything. So you can have that. Don't agree with Safar. Let's go.
Religion does not die easily. Today they renounce Charon, and tomorrow they rush back to his embrace. We may only have sown the seeds for a future riot.
We'll appoint a trusted cleric as the new leader of the village. Someone to make sure the cultists don't return to their old ways.
Unless you plan to fight the next battle without my best spells, we need to rest.
Good. Right. Let's see what we've got here. I want to check the spell books as well. I want to see if we're missing out on spells. Which would be annoying if we are. Because the way the game's railroading us, yeah. Look at this. We've got spell slots that aren't filled. Ah, that's an annoying part of this DLC. Right. Okay. We know we'll have that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are missing out on spells because of the way the game railroads us in this DLC, which is annoying. You make a new party when starting the DLC. This particular DLC, Pendragon, yeah, you get given a party. This is Varnhold's Lot, so it tells a very specific part of the overall story. It's not part of the main game. It's actually events that are happening somewhere else, which the main game will start to look into in Chapter 4. So you do this halfway through the story is the ideal time. And yeah, you get a new character who you're playing. In this case, the General Dartok is my character. And these other characters are all selected for you, basically. So it is a little bit more linear than the main game. The main game is very much freeform. And you've got more control over what characters, who you have in your party. There's a much wider selection of people to pick from. But that's because this is telling a specific story, and that's just the way it has to be. But it is a little bit annoying at times compared to the main story. But there you go. Right, yeah, look at this. We ain't got any of our 4th level spells. Right. You're still playing the main story, but you're loving this game. I'm loving it as well. I'm 100 hours in. I've done the first... I've defeated the Stag Lord. I've dealt with the trolls. How far through the story are you, actually, before I say too much? Because you might be not as far as I am, or you could be further than me. But yeah, I am loving this game. I'm 100 hours plus into it now. You're still on Chapter 2, so you're still dealing with the trolls then. Yeah, then you've got Chapter 3, and then I think, based on what I know about the story and advice online, the Varnhold's Lot DLC is a good thing to do at the end of Chapter 3 and before you start Chapter 4. But I won't tell you what comes in Chapter 3. Although if you watch my VoDs on YouTube and such like, you'll see my playthrough. Right. So, you have spells. No, I won't give you any spoilers. Just have fun with it. It's a brilliant story. It's quite complex as well at times. Magar looks over the team and sighs. Listen to me, everyone. We've come here for the sake of Varnhold and our future. It's essential that we find out whose tomb this is and what's going on inside. I dread to think what might happen if we fail. The ground might burn up right under our feet and dead Cyclopses rise from the graves. Maybe the Centaur's grim prophecies have it just about right. I wouldn't mind talking to the warrior priestess. She might know more than these demon worshippers. Or daemon worshippers, sorry. But if they don't want to talk, we won't have any choice but fight our way to the tomb. Any questions? Baldur's Gate 2's been your favourite game, but this comes pretty close to it. Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, the Baldur's Gate ones are classics, but this is not far off. Absolutely. Why don't we wait for reinforcements from Varnhold? There's strength in numbers. Or I'm ready, let's go. Can we wait for reinforcements? First, because I'm not about ready to leave the city without its guard, and second, unless we act at once, I'm afraid the demon worshippers and centaurs will slaughter each other. There won't be anyone left to help us out how to deal with the tomb. Okay, so I'm ready. Right. Hey. All the first. Hopefully. Why?
Fight me.
This is annoying. The centaurs wouldn't back down. Right. Let's see what loots we've got. Oh, composite longbow. Ring of protection +1. Oh. That's some nice stuff there. Certainly worth a bet. Alright, let's gather everyone together. And let's make sure that we're not doing anything silly. Right, that's potion of cure serious, cure light.
Never hesitate.
Okay, I can't do that from there, so
You can trust in me.
you. What's my favourite class in the game? That's hard to say. My main character is a ranger and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm quite enjoying the cleric as Dartok. I think of the two though, I'm enjoying the ranger more, but I've not tried many of the classes in the game. So there's plenty that, you know, I haven't done. Hi Neo. You are more than welcome to lurk. What are you playing, Pendragon? You always like the sorcerers? Yeah. No, the sorcerers can be fun. Definitely. Crikey. Right.
On your knees!
Where are you? Let's get you further up.
It's nothing.
No, that's not the case actually. Let's get some heals going. Pendragon, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. That's appreciated. Right, let's keep these going out as doubles. Right. Centaur Nature Whisperer. We probably do want to focus on them. Oh. Okay, let's drop another one of those out.
I am sorry to disappoint you, friends.
Right, this is going badly. We've got ourselves surrounded. No, we can't do that. That was a mess. Right. That went really badly. Right, we may have to reload that bit. See if we can get him back up on his feet. Okay. He's back. That was a mess. Well, yeah. Oh no. Right armor +1. Okay. Right. Okay.
I will not falter.
Cool. Tis but a flesh wound. Yeah, this is not going well. I made some serious tactical errors in that fight. Poke resistance +2 and a punching dagger. Corrosive. Could be interesting. Advancement +1 cold iron. Does 3 to 11 damage. Can Magar use that? Got a keen short sword and a short sword. Let's give him the punching dagger. Yeah, that works. Okay. Aha, the steps going up there. I mean, to be honest, I would like to just nip back and rest up properly. No, we don't have that option. It's a foul. Need you to move up. I need you to move up. You absolutely need to get into the fight. Right, it's a foul. Cast that. That's nice. Now, you could start unloading those into him. Nice. You want to play some yourself, have fun on your journey. Thank you very much for stopping by, Pendragon. And yeah, it's tricky because there's the potential for spoilers, but it's lovely to see you and hope to see you again at some point. Enjoy the game.
The one of us needs to learn to use magic.
Right. Scroll of protection from arrows. Okay, so how badly off is Elk? Yeah, have that. Got no more portable healing.
Our time has come.
Let's heal Elk.
Magritium Turinos.
Good. Got one
I
of
will
those
see
left
this
there,
through.
and then left there. Right. So we could go up the
Forwards.
steps, but let's... Actually, we can't get up the steps there.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Is hanging back and letting them fight a bit a valid option? It might be. It might be. Right. How far did that get us?
Magritium Turinos.
Pour out.
Magritium Turinos.
The thing is, I don't want to fight the centaurs. I want to have peace with the centaurs, but we're not being given that option. It's a little frustrating. Okay. Ikora Silverfire, a group of centaurs stands shoulder to shoulder, grumbling angrily. They surround a stately woman whose armour is stamped with images of the moon. It is clear that she must be their leader. She looks at your party, her eyes sharp and unkind. On her lips is a challenge, not a greeting. In the name of Mother Moon, what are you doing here? You would ruin yourselves and my tribe, strangers. Mega raises his hand, quieting the angry whispers in the ranks of the centaurs. Lady Ikora, I assume. I am Baron Mega Varn, ruler of Varnhold. Sky is my witness. I do not want your people to fight my people. Blood has been shed, but we do not need to keep shedding it. All we want is to protect our homes from the attacks of dead cyclopses. And to do that, I need to deal with the tomb. A murmur runs through the ranks of the centaurs. Ikora's eyes become fierce and furious. Deal with the tomb, and I must take your word for this, Baron Varn. Trust you and lift the guard that the Gnomon tribe has stood for thousands of years. I should allow you to approach the thing that mortal hands must never touch. Roiko, we must listen to them. The young centaur elbows his way through Ikora's bodyguards. These two legs saved me from a monster that attacked from up through the ground. They are not our enemies. The conversation ends abruptly and a tense silence hangs in the air as if each side is waiting for the opponent's move. Right, so the young centaur's one that we saved earlier last week, so yeah, that's persuade Magar to do something he doesn't want to do. Address Ikora. Mistress, tell us about what you guard. We wish to know the truth. You came here without even knowing what you're dealing with. Are you extremely stupid or extremely desperate? I do not have the time or desire to sing you our songs as they are passed from generation to generations. Yeah, these many long ages, but I will tell you the story of an eternal Gnomon guard as briefly and clearly as I can. Yeah, that's because you're basically trying to persuade Magar Barn to do something that he wouldn't want to do. The silly thing is, and it's not really the game's fault, he's got the best diplomacy, and any diplomacy check, any skill check uses the best from among the entire party. As he's got the best diplomacy, it means Magar has to diplomatize himself to make himself do something evil. Which is weird. Right, let's see what this tale is. A long time ago, a Cyclops empire ruled these lands. This was the kingdom of darkness and unimaginable cruelty. But somehow there was one among them in this ominous place whose soul was filled with such darkness that he terrified even his own king. This ancient tyrant, whose name we must never speak, built his citadel in these lands, but his disciples and subjects rebelled against him and sealed him within his own walls. Alas, he's not dead, but only warded in a magical sleep. Thousands of years ago, Mother Moon sent nightmares to my ancestors which led them to his resting place. They discovered it and ordered us to stand guard so that no foolish mortals would dare disturb the monster's sleep. If it awakens, no one will survive. Safal, who I don't trust. Ah, and you insist, Saval's voice drips with poisons, that you do know what you are dealing with while we don't. You've just admitted, priestess, that your tribe has been loitering here for thousands of years, gradually becoming savage and dying out simply because some ancient old men had bad dreams after eating a tainted squirrel. We don't need to fight the tribe. They want peace for the land just as we do. You want peace, but how do you know that we are prepared to offer it? I still don't see why I should allow you inside the tomb. Royko, because there are so few of us left, there are less than a dozen like me in our tribe. One way or another, our generation will be the last to stand guard. Everyone knows this, but no one wants to say it out loud. Please, priestess, from Mother Moon, let the two-legged inside the tomb. There's no point in guarding the evil anymore. We can only hope to defeat it or die trying. Okay. Listen to me, Akora. The Cyclopses have already awakened. They are already lurking in the area. That means that their leader isn't sleeping as peacefully as before. Right, so diplomacy. Instead of wasting our efforts fighting each other, we should join forces and go down into the tomb together. So plus 12 on a d20 roll, reasonable chance of success, but I still need to, there's 50-50 basically. Law religion. You go to place shown to you in nightmares, but Desna Mother Moon is a good goddess of dreams. It's not like her to send nightmares, it seems like something isn't right. Or I could take the easy diplomacy option and kill the centaurs. Let's go with the religion roll. That's interesting. Shadow of doubt rushes over the priestess' face. I think you just very politely suggested that my tribe has been guarding this land at an unthinkable cost for thousands of years based on false information. Or is it sheer fantasy? These are brazen words. In no way do we mean to insult you or your tribe, Akora. Please hear the reason in the idea, not the boldness. Please, Akora, listen to my command. If there's anyone in the world who can lead us against the ancient evil, it's Magar Barn. I'm not a sage, but I've learned one thing in my life. If it's a horrible danger is hiding in your cellar, the stupidest thing you can do is sit on the door and hope it never gets out. Somehow, amazingly, the priestess smiles. I know 1,000 beautiful songs from the old times, 1,000 more present incantations, but this is the first time I sense so much force in such simple and unsophisticated words. Alright, Baron Varnhold, we will follow you into the darkness if that is what we must do, but first we will clear the land of what remains of the daemon worshippers.
Will prevail.
Well, thank God for that. What are you all doing? Kill that guy. With grim thoroughness, Magar wipes his sword and sheaths it. It's done. More needless carnage for a noble cause. It's a foul. Maybe we should have made use of carnage and turned our sword against those who deserve it, instead of siding with the humble fools who would be easy for us to control. You allied us with a wild horde ready to leap to savagery over a 1,000-year-old town. You'd better be ready when The centaur strike us on the back when we go down into the tomb. I don't have the strength to argue, my friend. I will just say I am willing to rely on those who have guarded this land from threats to the best of their abilities, even if it's just because of 1,000-year-old tales. But I don't want to have anything to do with someone who has heard the same tales and still just waiting for their chance to grab power and bring people to their knees. I'm glad we got rid of that filth. Right. What will we need to get inside the tomb is in time we figure out our plan and get moving. Yeah. What will we need to get inside the tomb? A ritual, if you can call it that. I've worked it out. It's amazingly simple. The staff of our village chief is the key, which fits perfectly in the lock. One only needs to activate it near the tomb gates and they will open, and not right away. Protective magic will take half a day to clear, which is normal with spells of this kind. You know what I wonder? If the ones who locked the Cyclops tyrant in his tomb didn't want him to get back out, then why did they leave the key so close by? I don't think we'll ever know the answer. Isn't it time we figure out our plan and get moving? Yeah, it's interesting. He makes a good point, and they should have taken the staff a long way away. Let me dwell on this a little before the situation becomes irreversible. Just think of it, a village which has fought for generations worshipped daemons and their ancient treasure, and a centaur tribe standing vigilant guard for hundreds of years, all on this tiny piece of land, and now we have come to uncover these secrets which have waited for us here 1,000 years, and we see what is hid behind the legends. Akora, we've done singing someone else's song and ready to make our own. Safar. Just to be clear, I must emphasise, I will hold the ritual, but the protective spell will not live for half the day. We shall need to set guard and wait, and of course get some much needed rest before we venture down into the tomb. I feel like the hero of a prophecy or a buffoonery. Well, best not waste time. This spell is so unusual, not like Daemon Force at all, or a very ancient one. Well, get out of my way, you silly door. Okay. Reach the entrance to the ancient's tomb, gain strength before the final dash. Rest and restore their strength. Yep, we must. Rest now, the way will soon open. Right, let's finish looting and rest up, because we desperately need it. Oh, we've got any healing auras left.
Let us not hesitate.
Okay, so let's just drop that on you. Cool, and the elk's good. Right, the map. We've got some unlooted bodies over here, so let's go take care of that. Masterwork longsword. Yeah, not a lot. I wish we could got to the point of having peace with the centaurs a little bit earlier. Roll of remove blindness. You think you like
Well, that was easy.
bring a protection +2? Cultist brawlers down there. Okay. Yeah, before I had to kill half of them. Exactly. Now, of course, I'm looting their camp. Ah. Okay. bit more. Right.
We march ahead.
So we need to rest up. Time for a camp. Make sure everything's okay. Yeah. Oh. Rest. Right, now hopefully everyone's got their better spells now. Okay, in the blackest hour of the night, the general awakes feeling painfully lethargic. The darkness around is so thick that he can't even see his hand in front of his eyes. The world is silent, he can't even hear the sound of his companions breathing. And suddenly somewhere off to the right, it was probably nothing, now off to the left and up and everywhere around, rustling, rustling, rustling. Try to wake up. General fingers touch the cold stone. He tries to get up but cannot. The ceiling is quite low. It too is cold stone like the floor, and all the walls that he can feel to his left and right, each wall at only an arm's length. Rustling, rustling and realization he's in a stone tomb, and the darkness around is not the night, it's the black darkness of the grave. Listen. The sound is coming from all directions at once, soft, disgusting, maddening. It evoked a legion of grey worms wriggling on stone. Try to push against the lid of the tomb. The general gathers himself to push against the lid of his box but cannot control his arms. His hands reach uncontrollably for his eyes, first touching with a strange inquisitive interest, pressing slightly, pressing more than the nails. The general hears himself scream. Succeeded to knowledge arcana check, which I have done. Magic, he realises, this is a magical nightmare imbued with Abaddon's magic. He need only wake up and all this will end. Wake up. What a disgusting night. I can't remember the last time I had such terrible nightmares. Okay. So. Spell books. Yay! We've got our 4th level spells. Okay. Right.
I will guide us.
General, looks like you didn't get much sleep. What are you doing here? Good afternoon, Barons. Sir Sephiroth summoned me with a sending spell yesterday, I suppose right at the moment you were setting camp. He asked that reinforcement and supplies be brought from Varnhold. I came as fast as I could. Sir Fail's keen foresight as ever. Good job. Important situation in Varnhold. Everything seems calm, Baron. The host is standing guard. No one is making any trouble, no sign of cyclopses, only it's stuffy, you know. I wish I could explain it better, like a storm is building over the city. You should return, they need you there. We are here with the express aim of protecting the city. It's alright, Jody. Wait for us here. Dartok and Sapphire will go check the supplies you've brought. We need something for the expedition. We might need something for the expedition is the tomb. So, what are we saying about the city? What do you mean stuffy? Yeah, what are we saying about the city? If I could explain it better, I would. It's bad there, like something is going to happen. I talk to the people. Many are having nightmares, always the same. Always about tearing their own eyes out. Fun, isn't it? What is Willis doing? He's hanging about at the tavern, writing and writing for days on end. He's been stranger than usual lately. Pale as a ghost, dark circles under his eyes like he hasn't slept for a few nights. So many supplies. Right, so let's get rid of stuff that we don't need. All this stuff we've collected from the cultists and cyclopses, and a few centaurs. Okay. Light armor, we got that. The deal on those accessories. Got another ring of protection +2. Okay. So I'm using a longsword +1. That corrosive dwarven war axe would be rather nice. And we got 26,000. Why are the two characters? They've got to rest in a city or a town. They can't just rest out camping. Unfortunately, and of course, because of the way that this is the story's directed, we're unable to go and to do that. Oh, we got some nice items there. I think we will. Right, we need to spend a bit on healing. Ooh. Cure serious wounds mass. We'll have a couple of them. Right. Well, I mean, have natural armor +1, but there was something else. Amulet of Mighty Fist. That costs a lot though. And it costs a lot for a relatively small increase. So, corrosive dwarven war axe. Can't be equipped by this character. Adds an exotic proficiency group. Okay. Flaming battle axe. Take that though. 3 to 15 damage. Hagar could certainly take that. We could have that as well. Ooh. Decisions, decisions. Right. Where's the flaming battle axe? There we go. We'll throw that in. And then Mega. That her. Got a shock dagger. Give her the flaming short sword. Okay. And the rest of it we should probably spend on more scrolls. Right. So, my character, weapons, flaming battle axe, and you. That gives you the shock dagger and that. I'll just swap those two round. Usables. So she's got a wand of heal, a wand of cure moderate wounds. That works for me. What we got? Role of some nature's ally. Got a wand of mage armor. Ooh. Yeah. You got one of them? I've got one of those. Okay. That's 420. Right. So let's save and make a move in. Right, oh actually there was, have any of the men come with you? Ah, and put some new mercenaries in. Nice. Unfortunately there's no point doing it because we just replaced, we would just end up replacing
Without
what
a
we've
doubt.
already got. Open the gates. Well, so far as your magic word, it doesn't look like anything has changed. Yes, the gate will open in a moment or two. Be ready. Keep your weapons and spells at the ready. We don't know what awaits us inside. We do, Baron. Darkness awaits us. We have time to have a look around. Okay, so
Together we stand.
Patricium Turinos.
right. Yeah, we all want to see. Okay. Let's do it. Doors of the ancient dungeon slowly open as if a huge creature is opening its maw. Okay. Forgotten, forbidden, forsworn. Examine the tomb. That flashed up too quickly to read, so we will just okay. Oh, we can level. This is really annoying because it will probably open. Where's that? It could well open up more spell slots, and yet I am unable to use them. I think I should get Precise Strike. Rogue. Intelligence. Oh. Knowledge World, I think. As is the Baron. Rogue Talent. Combat Trick. Ooh. Brain Mastery. More Stealth. Improve 2-weapon fighting. That could be nice. Yeah, we'll take that. There we go. See, I won't get to use these spells, which is annoying. Certainly tell you that. That's also useful. Okay. For cleric. So offsetting that penalty. Nothing obvious there. So we'll start up in that. We'll have a favoured terrain underground, I feel. Self-heal. Right. Some strange magic permeates this dungeon. Let me check. So I see the master of this place can cast teleportation spells here, but not the guests. Be careful.
Forwards. Defeat is not an option.
Okay, what just happened? The Cyclops' body disappears like a ghost. Sephiroth frowns and whistles a spell as he looks around cautiously. I cannot believe... What is this? Where did he go? Sephiroth, what can you tell us? There was no Cyclops here. We were fighting an illusion. This makes no sense. Was the tomb's creator unable to afford real zombie guards, so he created illusions instead? I thought ancient Cyclopses were rich. Possible, but if so, he saved them more than just guards. As he touches the wall carving, his hand passes easily through the stone. These walls are simple decoration. Underneath them, there are ordinary brick walls, still ancient but much younger than the Cyclops is. We are surrounded by illusions. Do you mean this isn't a Cyclops too? We must be careful. Who else knows what is hiding behind the illusions here? I mean, this isn't a Cyclops tomb. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. Okay, we must be careful. Absolutely right. Did everyone hear? Keep your eyes open. Whatever this means, we can't turn back now. This dungeon may be even more mysterious than we suppose, but we will solve all of its riddles. Onward. Okay. So, whispers of the past. See what's in there. Ah. Oh, we'll take all of that. Right. Huh. 1 minute per level. 1 round, 1 minute.
At your service.
Heals. That'll help him.
Ready when you are.
I will not falter.
Okay. Now, where is the Cyclops King? Maybe over there, or right here, or maybe he doesn't. Or maybe he doesn't exist at all. Interesting. Won't fool me, be gone. You won't fool me, be gone, she said, mere moments before I fooled her again. Oh, morsels, morsels. Whoa. What is going on? Anku. What is going on here? Alright, we can examine that. Starved monster devours you with its fiery eyes. There is no way we can dispel this barrier. We need to find a way to disable it. I suggest searching around these portals. They clearly have a common power source.
Our path leads on.
And there's a dog wandering around.
Without a doubt.
Okay. An iron golem. May regret this. You get teleported if you step into one of those circles on the floor. Yeah, that's what I think. Commencing command protect. Oh, hell. Damage reduction 15. Right. Yeah, I think those circles will do something along those lines. No, we don't want one of those spells. Prayer. What just happened? Iron Golem is immune to prayer. It's a foul. Wow, I thought that thing would wipe us out. I really did. Right.
Ready.
We need to get our monk back on his feet.
I will see this through.
Cool. That's done the job. There was something we were trying to pick up there when the Iron Golem activated. There it is. Alcata. Lion's Claw. +3. Lost Lion Keep. Upper Reaches. Multi-level dungeon. Which we certainly will not get through today. This is a two-handed weapon. One-handed. And none of our people can use it. Ah, it's an exotic proficiency group. Okay.
I will guide us.
Right. So they all disappeared down there. Oh, what's that? Okay. We're on a bit of a journey then. Wizard's Notebook. The notebook is filled with arcane formulas, sketches and notes. The last page reads, Problem, the fools I summon keep trying to leave the castle, while uninvited fools keep trying to sneak in. Solution, a portal maze. A fool who doesn't know the way can keep wandering forever. Observation. Fools tend to rush forward blindly. A fool might be so dazzled by an opportunity right in front of him that he would never think of turning around and looking behind his back. Amended solution. Anistropy and non-linearity of portal pathways A to B does not mean B to A. Okay.
We march ahead.
Let's try going back then.
Defeat is not an option.
Well, this could be nasty. Right. Let's get her there. And him there. Lady, I'm going to need that. Okay, we are getting through them. Nice. That could have been a lot nastier.
I'm here. You got another one?
Oh. Apparently we can't talk to them. Let's try going through that one.
They will never break us.
Right.
You shall pay.
Want my party defending my party? Most peculiar plants. Everything in this place is imbued with magic, but nothing near as much as this flower. Okay.
Let us not hesitate.
Okay.
Our time has come.
Where do we end up now? No more of the symbols. Yeah,
Forwards.
just the same description there. Right, we went back before. This time we'll go forwards. The Will-o'-the-Wisp. I think we're going to need some protections. Get that up quick, please. And that as well. Whoa! Ow. That's really bad. Right.
I will not falter.
Restoration. Sorry, I've just knocked the pop filter. Okay, that's just going to have to stay there for the moment. Right, almost 5 o'clock. Do you have a restoration? No. Do you have it? One friendly creature. Level 8 -4. Yikes. Negative levels will be lasting. Yowza.
I stand ready.
Right.
I will see this through.
So I've got -3, -4, -2. Yeah, a restoration spell, but it works on an individual. So that's cleared it for me, but the rest of them are still affected except for Bruiser, who for some reason was not. That's really nasty. Really quite nasty. Try going back and see where it takes us. Right. There's a hint that you really want to try and go back. There we are. Oh, we haven't looked in there yet. Scroll of Ray's dead. Okay, so if we just go back. So we end up there, so let's go forwards this time. Go back from here. Well, we got somewhere. Hell hands.
I always did what was right, therefore I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous?
Let's see.
Spare me the details.
This could be bad.
Shall not falter.
Let's get another one of them.
Together we stand.
Ouch. I got hit pretty hard there.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
What did that just do then? Oh, that did lower that. Unfortunately, it also unleashed that.
No quarter.
Right, so where's his self-heal? It's not easy. Yikes, that thing hit hard. Amulet. Amulet's Mighty Fists +2. Right. We're going to call it there for today. So let's save. Oh no, sorry. I've been going for 3 hours now, and I do need to grab some tea and such like before tonight. So, let's just see who else we got. First we raided Ulrich last time. No problem at all. Right. I've got things to take care of this evening before other stuff happens tonight, so I'm just going to call it there. Not going to do a raid this evening. So thank you all for joining me. I'll be carrying on with Pathfinder Kingmaker next Sunday at 2 o'clock. Next stream is Wednesday, 7 o'clock UK time, which will be Elder Scrolls Online. Thursday, 7 o'clock UK time will be Elite Dangerous. I've also started restreaming stuff, so you will, although obviously people are watching me on, oh okay, that command didn't work, did it? I'll have to look into that. The VoDs will be available on YouTube, and they're available indefinitely if there's anything you want to catch up on. Basically, that's about it for today. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again soon.